بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحبك الغيوم وضوء القمر، مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البروق ودفق المطر.
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحبك الغيوم وضوء القمر، مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البروق ودفق المطر. مع
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Rabia Bilal
And my name is Meghya Malik.
and welcome to our class.
Our today's topic is now or never. Our subtopic is eco-activism. Eco-activism is a form of engagement in social or political campaigns with the aim of preventing damage to the environment.
I look forward to discussing our project today. My project is eco-activism, and the purpose of this project is to spread awareness regarding the importance of cleanliness by showing our documentary of our cleaning campaign.
Being a citizen of Pakistan, it is our duty to make our country clean and green. Did you know Pakistan is one of the most polluted countries on earth? Throwing garbage in streets and in open grounds is a part of our daily habits. To avoid pollution, we should become more responsible.
Pakistan needs to think in the long term with regard to environmental sustainability. Many of the corrective actions if taken to control and reverse environmental degradation. It is important to launch different campaigns for cleanliness purposes at government level because it is our movement and everyone's responsibility. And we should try to focus on behavioral changes to create a better environment to live in.
Our main theme now or never, and it is vital to know that our environment is affected by our bad habits of throwing litter everywhere, not disposing of garbage properly.
The environment is not explicitly mentioned in the Quran. The issues related to the environment appear 155 times in different surahs of the Quran. The Islamic view of the environment extends to all things found on the grounds of the earth and the atmosphere. Environmental protection is important in Quran and Sunnah. Islam considers people responsible for all the damage that is done on the earth. Therefore, we should protect the environment and conserve natural resources. Maintaining the balance of the natural resources is the only way for a guaranteed survival. Act now for a greener tomorrow. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Inna Allah yuhibbut tawabina wa yuhibbul mutatahhirin. Indeed, Allah loves those who repent and loves those who purify themselves.
The environment is everyone's responsibility at individual as well as government level. The coordination mechanism among the institution needs to be effective and well articulated.
And the brochures that we designed for our cleaning campaign and project.
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحبك الغيوم وضوء القمر، مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Hajra Harun and I welcome you on behalf of my class 8A Madrid. As our deen is a complete code of life, so it guides us in this field as well. Muslims are told that unnecessary waste is not permitted in Islam, which includes food. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-An'am verse 141, وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. And do not waste, for Allah does not love the wasteful.
Prophet peace be upon him said, the son of Adam will not be dismissed by his Lord on the day of resurrection until he is questioned about 5 issues: his life and how he lived it, his youth and how he used it, his wealth, how he earned it and how he spent it, his knowledge, how he acted upon it. Sunan al-Tirmidhi 241.
Paper is around us. From books to copies to newspapers and to even a packaging source, it's made up of paper. So no wonder our earth is filled with it. We create a very massive amount of paper waste. Paper was initially invented for communication, but now it is for packaging source.
Paper is produced through wood by cutting down forests that ultimately lead to deforestation. About 42% of the worldwide wood is cut for paper production. Throughout the world, about 95 million metric tons of paper is recovered to be recycled again into paper and paperboard.
Paper waste includes up to 70% of an organization's total waste. An average office employee would be using about 10,000 sheets of paper in a year in an office-based setup. In addition to paper used for printing, offices and companies also use other types of paper products like envelopes, cardboard, wrappers, additionally.
See our selling stalls.
These bags here are made using old jeans, which you can use in your daily lives.
These are bags which has strings attached to them, and you can use it to put your wallet or go to the market with them.
We have organizers here as well, so you can organize your stuff neatly. Made up of wool.
We have also jars that you can use them. You can use them as pen holders or display them on the table.
Are entirely prepared from newspapers. As you can see in our knife industry, all these items are prepared using newspapers and these items are prepared using newspaper tubes and glue. We have painted them with spray paint so that they could be used in decoratively presentable, and we can sell them. And these are newspaper bags in which you can put your things or give gifts to your loved ones.
See our life industry.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We welcome you all to our life industry setup of newspaper craft. Let's show you all our crafts items that are totally prepared from newspaper. They are all prepared from newspaper tubes.
Here is a vase which is created from newspaper. It is also prepared from paper tubes and spray paint. You can use them to display on your bookshelf or any other visible area in order to enhance the beauty of your shop.
وسور مع الله في قصص الأولين وفي قصص الأولين العبر
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود عند هزيم الرعود
ولمع البروق ودفق المطر.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Fatima Noor, and today my class 9B has gotten this great opportunity to participate in AIEx 2022. The topic of our class is organic and inorganic lifestyle, which contain the categories herbal clinic, skincare, and the food stalls. Organic living is a lifestyle which is dedicated to making more informed choices when confronted with decisions that influence your health and the environment. It is a lifestyle that promotes sustainable development and encourages the application of natural lifestyle in our lives. As Allah has mentioned in Quran, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, and which favors of your Lord will you deny? As Allah has provided us with all natural and organic resources, and our part is to use them in a sustainable way. Here at our class today, we will show you difference of organic and inorganic resources. Jazakallah.
I heartily welcome you in my very well known and commendable All Organic Herbal Clinic. Here, I'll provide you with information regarding some home remedies to make you achieve your health target to the fullest. First and foremost, let's discuss some very common diseases and their quick, easy, and effective remedies.
Flu is quite royal and affecting majority of us. The simple and effective remedy we can use is to have green tea with ginger, garlic, and turmeric powder. We can enhance its taste by adding honey and lemon. For cough, we can use honey with black pepper. More so, stomach aches and nausea are common and can be cured by green tea with fennel seeds and cardamom.
People are more inclined towards the use of antibiotics without realizing its side effects. Most common side effects of antibiotics are rashes, swelling, nausea, and diarrhea. Sometimes these side effects can lead to dehydration, stomach aches, and vomiting. If you want to live a healthier lifestyle, I would recommend the use of olive oil instead of natural oil to prevent high cholesterol and other life-threatening diseases. You are admitted to use the organic products instead of the inorganic. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us the solution for desired diseases, which is the nigella seeds, which are the 7 nigella seeds. I'll be very I'll anxiously hope that you all use the organic products instead of the inorganic. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to skincare. Skincare is the use of cosmetic appearances, antiseptics, tonics, lotion, or similar work on the body of any individual. Why is skincare important? Skincare helps to regenerate the skin cell reproduction to have it looking and feeling its best throughout your life. Due to environmental changes and increase in mental health issues, skin problems are becoming common, such as acne. As we can see that people are more anxious to get laser treatment or to apply different serums on their faces, which may cause severe side effects such as redness and swelling on their treated areas. We should use organic products instead of laser treatments. For example, we can use yogurt and rose water for skin freshness, as well as we can use aloe vera, which has many benefits for the skin. After cleansing, we can use rice water as a toner. The mixture of rose water, honey, lemon, and multani mitti can be used to form a mud mask, which is very beneficial for the skin. Now let me tell you some side effects of serums. Serums contain niacinamide and hyaluronic acid, which makes your skin temporarily bright and fresh. But it causes your skin to become very sensitive.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to our food stall. We hope that you learn a lot of new things from your visit today. First of all, what is organic and what does it mean? Organic materials are derived from living matter instead of synthetic or chemical sources, which means that their production is completely free of synthetics or chemicals. Essentially, organic food is produced with methods complying with the standards of organic farming and again derived essentially from living matter. In a nutshell, organic means more nutrition, fewer chemicals, and also mitigated climate change.
But how does food derived from chemical sources harm us? Adverse health effects include the deterioration of liver, kidneys, and other body organs. Children particularly are more prone to such kind of diseases and receive more toxic effects. Life-threatening diseases such as cancer, asthma, allergies, and birth defects are caused by these chemicals. Products like these contain a preservative called nitrosamines, which contains nitrates. And when nitrates mix with gastric acids, they form cancer-causing agents.
We should work actively to incorporate organic food into our daily lives. Foods that are certified organic contain a minimum of 95% organic material. Look for the certified label on the products you buy and don't forget to visit your local farmers market frequently to get the most affordable and freshest options.
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحبك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a plastic ocean. You may proceed to Hafsa.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hafsa and our class is presenting a project on a plastic ocean. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us in the Holy Quran not to mischief upon the earth after He has set it in order. In Surah Al-Araf, verse number 56, the word Islah indicates the meaning of something being restored down or put in order. Allah, as the creator of all the things, produced resources, animals and humans need to sustain life on earth within a particular order. For this reason, we must utilize these resources without corrupting the balance put in order by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The word fasad refers to a state of corruption and mischief. Now, Myra will further tell you.
We cause corruption when we choose to go beyond the limits of modification, and it leads towards the excessive use of natural resources. In Surah Baqarah, verse number 205, it is said that Allah has put on earth a utility which then disturbs the state of order of planets and denounces those who go about the earth, spreading corruption and destroying crops and livestock. Prophet ﷺ said, "Aghzil aza an tariqil Muslimin," and remove troublesome things from the path of Muslims. Jazakallah. Over to you, Farheen.
My name is Farheen Rahman, and today I'll be telling you about our plastic ocean. Most plastic enters the ocean carrying vast amounts of waste from unknown sources. Once entering the ocean, it is either broken up by the sun rays, winds, and waves, transforming into smaller fragments called microplastics. By the course of nature means, this process can take hundreds of years to decompose. With everything from virtual drones to plastic magic machines to plastic doping technologies, there are figuring ways to reduce plastic from oceans. These technologies help us to reduce plastic before reaching the seas. Over to Marian.
Today I'm going to tell you about the first modern interceptor. Interceptor is used to clear rivers of plastic waste before it enters the sea. The bars-like interceptor was invented by the Dutch NGO, the Ocean Cleanup, and it can retain up to thousands of tons of plastic before it reaches the ocean. The main structure is attached to a barrier which is stretching at an angle across the river, and which directs drifting plastic into the ocean. Once there, it goes along a conveyor belt and then into the interceptor's belly, where it's sorted and readied for recycling.
My name is Vasili and I'm going to be presenting back the model the Kashsh boom. In 2019, a 600-meter long Kashsh boom was developed to scoop up the plastic from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It is in a line of prototypes designed to remove some of the several million tons of plastic from our oceans. The NGO prototype is made up of a containment boom that is attached to a floating anchor, which counterbalances the boom against strong currents, waves, and winds.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zoha, and I am going to tell you about our third project, Huda 1. Huda 1, a Canadian invention, is used to tackle the huge problem of microplastics embedded in deep sand. This hoover-like device sucks up sand, then uses a tank of water to separate floating microplastics from sinking natural material, which is returned to the beach. Meanwhile, the microplastics are drained off and contained. Trials showed it could clear 3 gallons of sand a minute and demolish 48 kilograms of microplastics in just a few hours. Jazakallah.
The Great Bubble Barrier. The featherlight-based Great Bubble Barrier intercepts waste with the help of a pipe filled with holes which is laid across the riverbank. When the pipe is pumped full of air, it releases a dense stream of bubbles that for the plastic creates an almost impossible wall across the river. The waste is diverted towards the riverbank where it's gathered and recycled.
Welcome to our stall. Our theme is Plastic Ocean.
ودفق المطار
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود
ولمع البروق ودفق المطار
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to AIEx 2022. This year we present Earth Matters. This is grade 9th A Metric and I, Illiyin Jahangir, welcome you on behalf of my class. Our project is to how can we master the disasters around us in the form of radiations. The title, as you can see, is Are we living in a large microwave oven? We, as human beings, think that we are making this earth a better and safer place to live. But reality is entirely different. We are damaging the planet Earth in so many ways. As Allah says in the Holy Quran, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. And when it is said to them, do not make corruption in the earth, they say, indeed we are reformers only. So here I, along with my fellows, am going to explain how radiations are to be a disaster for Earth. Please come and let us show you how radiation can cause the depletion of our ozone layer.
As we all are aware of the protective nature of ozone against harmful radiations coming from the sun,
But again, due to human activities, especially CFCs being released by the propellants like perfume sprays, cooling gases, air conditioners, and other cooling devices. As you can see here, the whole shown area where ozone, which is an O3 molecule, has now converted into O2, which does not stop the ultraviolet rays from coming to the Earth. Thus, these rays come to the Earth unhindered.
These radiations, if on one side are the cause of global warming, then on the other hand, they also cause skin cancers and other chromosomal damages like mutations. Similarly, these gadgets you see here either belong to our social needs or health requirements, so both are inevitable. These gadgets use different kinds of radiations, both ionizing and non-ionizing. Ionizing radiations are proved to be more harmful, and they're mostly used in hospital setups such as CT scans and X-rays.
On the other hand, devices like laptops, mobile phones, Wi-Fi devices. Therefore, we should use non-ionizing radio waves, which are although offering less than lethal doses, thus appear to be safer. They are actually having impacts on human psychological behavior as well as their metabolic functions. Other possible disasters like DNA damages and chromosomal changes are still under studies.
Containing gene sequences, which are made up of certain chemical structures called as nucleotides. These sequences are so complicated that even the slightest change can change the whole script of DNA. These sudden changes are called as mutations, which may result in abnormalities.
The main reason for mutations are CT scans and X-rays. When a cancer patient is exposed to radiotherapy, the chance of new cancer cells emerging increases.
Here you can see the difference between a normal and a damaged DNA structure. And this is just an example of what radiations can cause. The updated comprehensive meta-analysis of case control studies found significant evidence linking cellular phone use to increased tumor risk, especially among cellular phone users with cumulative cell phone use of 1,000 or more hours in their lifetime, which corresponds to about 17 minutes per day over 10 years.
Honeybees, as you all know, are called as social insects due to their colony making and the division of their jobs. This job is done by perfect communication between them. It is also stated that about 80% of the flowering plants are pollinated by bees, which as a result makes honey, and 1/3 of this honey is consumed by humans. In a nutshell, these small buddies are a perfect example of communication, organization, ecological balance, and food production process naturally. However, certain human activities, as you can see here, such as mobile communication towers, are becoming a major threat to their colony collapse disorder. Although the radiations emitted from telecom towers is non-ionizing and serve a very minimalist amount of radiations, but even being persistently around can cause damage.
You'll be amazed to know that bees have a specific organ of sensing magnetic forces, enabling them to navigate using their own compass. It's been studied by using active talk mode of mobile phones near beehives, and it's found that this affects the behavior of the bees in such a way that honey production is reduced and their agitation is increased, shown by the rapid wing movements. Also, the telecom radiations interfered with the pathway of the bees, leading to lost path and death due to never reaching back.
What should we do to control the effects, control the disasters, and what should we use as a compensation of these radiation-producing devices? Me and my fellows are going to give you some really simple examples which you can easily implement in your practical life. We should use green gas technology instead of CFCs, as CFCs produce foam gas which causes ozone depletion. This can be implemented in ACs, refrigerators, etc. Air sprays, perfume sprays, body sprays, and all the other sprays containing propellants must be replaced with non-aerosol materials such as HCs and nitrogen oxides. HCs are still on the same hand because we all know if HCs do not cause ozone depletion directly, they still are a cause of global warming. So we must use non-spray techniques wherever possible.
Use non-line phones instead of cell phones where available. Minimize the usage at least. Minimum use of cell phones ultimately lead to less tower installations. Towers installations of telecommunication must be done away from residential areas. Wi-Fi devices should be with devices cable mode instead of wireless techniques. Best possible solution is to use Ethernet cables. They're lightweight wired and emit no radiations.
Hospital must use safety walls and equipment to ensure radiation safety for the staff and visitors. X-rays count and history should be kept in mind to control the number of tests performed per year. X-rays and CT scans should be replaced by MRI and ultrasound scans, where possible, due to these radiation effects. Now, if you have some comments, you can add.
مع الله في الفلك المستطير وفي الشمس تجري إلى مستقر مع الله في الأرض في سهلها وأودائها والرواسي الكبار
في لألآت النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البروق ودفق المطار مع
مع الله سامع صوت الدبيب من النمل أنا وأيان ما مع الله والنحل يحسو الرحيق ويحمي جناه بوخز الإبار
لألآت النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود.
Matter is basically a website which we will be making. You can book appointments with professionals in the field with it.
Matter is a business created solely for the purpose of reaching out help to those who need it. Our objective is to connect the people who need counseling with professionals in the field.
Meet our team. Our team consists of 4 people: Maryam Farzada, which is me, Yusra Khan, Ishal Khan, and Alicia Khan.
The total amount of capital we invested to the business is Rs 1 lakh. It will be equally divided amongst the partners as 25,000 Rs. It is estimated that the sale will rise in the next 3 years, covering the costs as well as making profits.
Our target market is basically people who need counseling. And our segmentation is are people like teenagers, older people, and adults.
All of the information is confidential. Booking about the website will be a lot easier to book, and the website will be simple to use. Competitive edge, we will give proper privacy, professional help, easier to make appointments, simple to use.
Pricing strategy is basically we're gonna calculate all the costs and we're gonna divide them by the number of logins our business has.
عند هزيم الرعود
ولمع البروق ودفق المطار
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود
ولمع البروق ودفق المطار مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحبك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البروق ودفق المطار
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود.
And the rural areas and the private schools are again under command. So what we have a lot of things. Our boys and the girls, they're doing the wonders. They are very creative.
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحبك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البرود.
Do you know that every year 22 million plastic bottles are wasted? This is a very serious issue as about 1 million deaths occur due to this plastic waste. So me and my classmates decided to build this greenhouse made up of 650 plastic bottles, 100 bamboo sticks, some green cloth and plastic sheets.
یہ جو ہمارے پاس پلاسٹک بوٹل سے گرین ہاؤس بنا ہوا ہے اس کے بہت سے بینیفٹس ہیں. ہم نے یہ دیکھا ہے کہ اندر اور باہر کا ٹیمپریچر ایٹ پوائنٹس 10 ڈگری سیلسیس کا فرق آ جاتا ہے. اس کا یہ بینیفٹ ہے کہ یہ آپٹیمم ٹیمپریچر ہے پلانٹس کی گروتھ کے لیے. یہ اندر جو انوائرمنٹ بنتی ہے اس میں پلانٹ کی نرشمنٹ اور سروائیول ایک آپٹیمل لیول پہ ہوتی ہے جس پہ پھر جو ییلڈ ہوتا ہے اور جو اماؤنٹ آف آپ کو وہ ملتا ہے پلانٹس وہ زیادہ رہتے ہیں. اور اس سے یہ بھی ہوتا ہے کہ پلانٹس کی گروتھ کے یہ انشور کرتا ہے کہ ڈیزیز نہ کیچ کر سکیں. ایک انکلوزڈ انوائرمنٹ میں جب ہوتے ہیں تو ڈیزیزز نہیں ریچ کرتے ایزیلی. اور ایک اور بینیفٹ یہ بھی ہے کہ یہ جب ایک کلوزڈ انوائرمنٹ کے کہ جو انسیکٹس اور اینیملز جو پلانٹس کو کھاتے ہیں یا خراب کرتے ہیں تو یہ ان کو روک دیتا ہے اندر جانے سے.
لیکن ضائع نہ کرو کیونکہ اللہ کو ضائع کرنے والے بہت ناپسند ہیں. اس کے بعد آ جاتے ہیں 5 R's: ریسائیکل، ریڈیوس، ریفیوز، ری پرپز اور ری یوز. اس میں ایک ایگزامپل یہ دینا چاہوں گا کہ فار ایگزامپل اگر میں نے ایک واٹر باٹل خریدی ہے، میں پانی پیا ہے، تو اس کو بجائے کہ میں پھینک دوں میں اس کو دوبارہ سے ری یوز کر سکتا ہوں واٹر کے لیے، یا میں اس کے اندر پودے لگا سکتا ہوں. اوپر کونے پہ آپ کو ایک سروے نظر آ رہا ہوگا جو ہم نے سینٹورس مال میں کیا تھا. ریسٹورینٹ سے پوچھا کہ آپ اپنی باٹلز کہاں ان کو ڈسپوز کریں، تو آؤٹ کم یہ آیا کہ ان کو پتہ نہیں تھا کہاں ڈسپوز کرنی ہے. وہ پھینک رہے ہیں، بس باہر جا کے پھینک دیتے ہیں. اس سے ہماری انوائرمنٹ خراب ہو رہی ہے، لینڈ فلز کریٹ ہو رہے ہیں. اور بس یہی ہے کہ ری پرپز کریں اور پلاسٹک ویسٹ کو ضائع نہ کریں. جزاک اللہ.
Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Umar and alongside me is Talha Zain and Abdul Muiz Khan. As you have seen in the video, we have made a project on reverse osmosis plant.
So let's begin with the parts of the plant. It consists of feed tank, field pump, stand filter, carbon filter and water softener.
It further includes the pressure switch, the RO pump and the most important part of the plant, the RO membrane. And finally we have the storage tank.
Now coming towards the working of this plant, first the feed tank is filled with impure water. Then the feed pump transfers the water from feed tank to the sand filter where all the big particles are removed. Then comes the carbon filter where the odor and color of the water is removed.
Then the water further moves to the water softener from where all the salt from the water is removed. So it can be used for daily uses. Then it further goes to the pressure switch, which raises the pressure of the water.
When water further reaches the RO pump, it pumps the water at high pressure and it reaches the RO membrane. The RO membrane removes all impurities and microorganisms up to 99% and makes the water pure, clean and drinkable, which is collected in the storage tank.
The advantage of using RO plant is that it can be used with or without electricity. In the areas where there is no electricity, hand pumps can be used instead of electric pumps.
As Allah has said in the Quran, وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ, and waste not by extravagance, verily He likes not those who waste. So we should not waste water.
That's all from our side. Thank you for giving your time. We hope that you liked our project.
في الشمس تجري إلى مستقر.
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We class 9C welcome you all for having awareness of carbon footprints. Kindly follow the footsteps.
And carbon footprint is a major culprit. Carbon footprint is the total amount of greenhouse gases including carbon dioxide and methane generated by our action. My co-fellows will throw some light on how carbon footprint is important and how each and every student is linked to carbon footprint.
Causes of carbon footprint. It should be a product like a cell phone, a service like an airplane, or even an event like a festival. Every individual is responsible for their own consumption.
In development countries, industries, factories are a major cause of environmental pollution. Moreover, transportation is playing a big role in adding carbon footprint to the environment. Factories, industries, skyscraper buildings, houses are in such a large number. The construction is damaging the environment. It is one of the most environmental unfriendly. All of these comes under the compromise of our greenland.
The stuff we use at our home is also a source of carbon footprint in the atmosphere, like excessive sugar, air conditioners, microwave, iron, etc. Their manufacturing, their processing, all are responsible for adding carbon to our atmosphere. Even our endless desire of filling our wardrobe with so many branded clothing accessories has also raised the carbon level. Do you know how? For more and more consumption, more and more fossil fuel will be burned to run the textile and other factories in order to meet the demand, but ignoring the fact that it was costliest damage to our atmosphere.
Eating habits also add carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. Let me explain. As for high consumption of wheat, trees are being cut for creating pasture. Now my co-fellows will create awareness among you about the damage carbon does in our environment.
By talking about carbon footprints, how can we forget that poor waste management contributes to more and more carbon footprints and directly affecting our ecosystem and species. The plastics and cardboard takes a lot of energy to produce and dispose of.
Here are some negative effects of carbon footprints. Food shortage, wildfire, global warming, and flash floods.
Can I have your attention, please? Now, I'd like to suggest you some ways that how you can reduce your carbon footprint. The key to reduce your carbon footprint lies in these Quranic verses and ahadith quoted by our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But before going further, I would like to call Awabilahi for recitation.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا بني آدم خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد وكلوا واشربوا ولا تسرفوا إنه لا يحب المسرفين.
O children of Adam, dress properly whenever you are at worship. Eat and drink, but do not waste. Surely he does not like the wasteful.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ألا تسمعون إن البذاذ من الإيمان.
The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Listen, wearing old clothes is a part of faith. Wearing old clothes is a part of faith. As you can see that our religion teaches us to adopt simplicity in our lives. And yes, it is exactly the thing which is going to protect our earth from such damages. Let me explain you. As we have just observed that what carbon footprints are. These are the greenhouse gases entering into the atmosphere by human activities. Major causes of it have been displayed here, and its negative effects have already been made into your notice. In this slide, you can see the worldwide emission of greenhouse gases. And in this slide, you can see the worldwide rate of carbon footprints. As I've already mentioned that by adopting simplicity in our lives, the negative effects of carbon footprints can be reduced. You can reduce your carbon footprint by replacing normal light bulbs to LED or energy saver bulbs, by replacing normal heating appliances to bioheat appliances, and also by replacing normal diesel with biodiesel such as ethanol, carpooling your car, and using public transport to travel for long distances. You can also reduce your carbon footprint by planting more trees. Carbon footprint can also be reduced by using eco-friendly bags or using biogas. Now my fellows are going to explain that what carbon capture technology is.
as you know that so much carbon dioxide is being released in the atmosphere on a daily basis. To reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, a well-known technology which could help fulfill the requirement of lowering down the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is called the carbon capture technology. Now let me tell you how it works. Actually, it's a system where suction pipes are installed, which absorb the carbon dioxide released from the factories and transfer it to the ground.
Some other ways of reducing carbon footprints are also mentioned on the slides. By utilizing these ways to reduce carbon footprints, we can make our earth green. Jazakallahu khairan kaseera. Now, if you want to calculate your carbon footprint, you can go over there.
Assalamu alaikum. Are you interested in measuring your carbon footprint? Here is an application through which you can measure how much carbon you are producing in the atmosphere. Let me ask you some questions. How often do you eat animal-based products? Your carbon footprint is 60%.
مع الله سامع صوت الدبيب من النمل أنا وأيانا ما مع الله والنحل يحسو الرحيق ويحمي جناح.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is our 3D model, but before explaining it, I would like to call AlHuda for the demonstration of the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وهو الذي مرج البحرين هذا عذب فرات وهذا ملح أجاج وجعل بينهما برزخا وحجرا محجورا. And it is He who released the two seas, one fresh and sweet and one salty and bitter. And He placed between them the barrier and prohibiting partition.
Thank you. So now, as we know, dams are very important as they provide a range of economic and environmental water supply, flood control, and river navigation. Dams are massive barriers built across streams and rivers to confine and utilize the flow of water for human purposes. These purposes may include electricity, flood control, water supply, etc. The main components and the working principle of the dam is a reservoir and a turbine. The reservoir is the water stored behind the hydroelectric dam, which makes use of the potential energy and converts it into another energy for human purposes. The next main component is a turbine, which is a rotating machine which makes use of potential and kinetic energy into mechanical work. Now Sulaiman will further continue this issue. The next component is the transformer. Its main purpose is to convert the AC current into high voltage current. The power supply that is coming, it is connected to a grid. The next component is the spillway. It is a component of the dam used to pass water upstream side to the downstream side. And the next component is the electric cable. Its main purpose is to transport electricity. Abdullah will further continue.
I will tell you the benefits of hydropower to the environment. Hydropower is better for the environment than other major sources of electrical power, which is fossil fuels. Hydropower does not emit waste heat and gases common with fossil fuels-driven facilities, which are major contributor to air pollution, global warming, and acid rain. The fossil fuels for other power sources also have a significant negative effect to the environment. Cheapest energy source. Even the initial investment required to build a plant is very high, something of a challenge.
Water power is definitely the cheapest source for the medium to long term. The price of innovating in this field is offset in efficiency and other major benefits such as waste reductions. Rest of the session will be continued by AIS.
Irrigation dams. Irrigation dams are constructed to store surplus water during wet periods, which can be used for irrigation arid land. One of the major benefits of dam is that water flows can be regulated as per agricultural requirement of the various regions over the year. Flood control. Flood control dams have an important role to play in preventing the loss of life and property due to flooding. Flood control dams capture flood water and can then release them under controlled circumstances below the river, or the water can be utilized to meet other needs, not only avoiding potential disaster but turning the event into a future disaster. Other benefits. The purposes served by the dams are: first, the storage of water in the dam facilitates the infiltration of water into the ground, thus rechanging the underground water resource. Second, dams help in the development of overall socio-economics of people in the region. Third, swimming, boating, skiing, hiking, fishing are just some recreational activities that take place year-round and across the country at sites developed and supported by the hydropower industry. Now Ibrahim Ahmed will wind up the session.
So the conclusion of this is that hydroelectric dams are a vital energy source to the world. Water is an efficient and reliable fuel. The use, creation and expansion of power plants should continue being pursued.
Now Mahmoud will present you the presentation.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nawaz Mahmood Malik, and today I will give a brief introduction about our project Dam for Development. The title of our project is Slow the Flow. Islamic integration, and it is he who released the two seas, one fresh and one sweet, and one salty and bitter, and he placed between them a barrier and a prohibiting partition. Number of dams constructed in India, China and Pakistan in the last 75 years, and the after effect of less dams in Pakistan. Introduction. Dams are massive barriers that are built across rivers and streams to confine and utilize the flow of water for human purposes. These purposes may be irrigation, hydropower, water supply, flood control, navigation, fishing and recreation. The confinement of water creates lakes or reservoirs. Number of dams constructed in Pakistan. Trustee Pakistan has around 150 dams spread across all provinces. Pakistan has 18 water reservoirs and 7 barrages to cater for agricultural and hydropower needs of the country. Due to lack of dams, annually 20 million acre-feet of water goes to waste in the country. The flow of water is 145 million acre-feet and only 13% of it is saved. Pakistan built its first dam on the river Kabul, namely Gursan, and later Bangla and Tarbela constructed following dispute with India. Pakistan has 13 power stations which have the capacity to generate 6,444 megawatts. An overview of the Tarbela Dam located in KPK, Pakistan. Number of dams in China and India. Today in India, which had 300 dams in 1947, has 4,000 dams to produce 37,367 megawatts. The largest dam in India is Tehri Dam. It irrigates over 2 million square kilometers of land. China has more than 98,000 dams, more than any other nation in the world. Three Gorges Dam is the world's largest hydroelectric dam. A graphical representation of the Tehri Dam, which is located in India, and the world's largest dam, which is located in China, the Three Gorges Dam. Now my partner Rayan Fazan would explain further.
Do Pakistan need dams? Pakistan is a developing country where sooner or later, where scarcity issues will prevail throughout the country. If more dams are not constructed, if it didn't have enough dams, it would result in wastage of river water. Deficiency in supply of irrigation water and it also result in flooding. They act as reservoir of river. If more dams are not constructed, it will cause extreme damage to our agricultural sector. It is the best way to prevent flood anywhere. As a result, unemployment and hunger will prevail in the country. Currently, we are witnessing the worst flood in the history of the country as more than 60% of the land has been drowned in the water. Now, Mohammed bin Salih will continue.
Dams under construction in Pakistan. According to the initial planning and framework of the initiative, these dams are expected to be completed by 2028. The Amir Basha Dam, Muhammad Dam, Dasu Hydropower Project, K4 project. This is an overview of the Amir Basha Dam. Advantages of dams. Clean, efficient and reliable form of energy, does not emit any direct pollutants or greenhouse gases, while the initial cost is high. They are very inexpensive to operate. Electricity generated by hydroelectric power plants is the cheapest electricity generated. Dams prevent floods. Dams store water for irrigation in summer seasons and dry months. Many desert areas can now farm due to dams and canals that supply water. Dams supply water for local drinking needs, allows for fish farming. Conclusion. Dams have made an important and significant contribution to human development, and the benefits derived from them have been considerable. Dam building has been one of the most disputed topics affecting the environment today. The push and pull between the pros and cons have created conflicts among different groups. While dams destroy the nature and people surrounding the area in which they are built, they do provide people with water and products from water. The solutions are minimal, but the damages could be decreased depending on the placement of the dam. Jazakallah khair.
As we all know that Pakistan, China and India are similar geographically. But Pakistan faces a lot of natural disasters, such as floods.
One of the major causes of floods are the number of less dams in Pakistan as compared to China and India. We can overcome this problem by constructing more dams in Pakistan. Jazakallah
مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحبك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البروق ودفق المطر مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحبك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود.
Welcome to our class. Our today's topic is now or never. Our subtopic is eco-activism. Eco-activism is a form of engagement in social or political campaigns with the aim of preventing damage to the environment. Please move forward.
Promotion of our greatest values and the removal of anything that distracts us from them. So don't worry, converting your bedroom into a minimalist bedroom does not mean sleeping in a sleeping bag on the floor. It reduces distraction so you can optimize purpose. Here are some tips for creating your own minimalist bedroom. Carefully rummage through your bedroom belongings and take out whatever does not make your heart smile. Minimalism isn't about a cold, threadbare space. It's about it sitting pure and simple. When you're crafting your perfect minimalist bedroom, don't sacrifice warmth or coziness, or get rid of virtually all your belongings. If you can manage to get on a set of drawers, it will look as decluttered as possible. Lastly, relocate things. Clear the floors, clear the surfaces, get rid of extra furniture. This will be more promoting, more calming, and less distracting, and better in sleep.
If you're looking for help on how to get rid of your clothes and form a more minimalistic closet, here are some tips to get you started. You can begin by removing clothes that are stained, ripped, or faded beyond recognition. And if you didn't wear an item at all last year, get rid of it. Number 2,
You can remove seasonal items from your closet to free up some needed space. And if you didn't wear an item at all last year, you can donate it also. And then you can get rid of those ill-fitting items from your closet to free up some needed space. Those ill-fitting items are weighing you down physically, mentally, emotionally, and you can pass them on to someone who can use them. You can keep 2 cartons at hand, one for sadaqah and one for trash, and keep tossing things and clothes in them. Lastly, you can reduce your need for additional accessories, because if you keep holding on to something until you find the perfect accessory, you will never get ahead. Hope you learned something beneficial from us. Jazakallah khair.
Stop to consider that if we had less of something, it could actually turn out to give us more in sense of joy, fulfillment, and happiness. For example, less furniture would mean more open space. Less clutter would mean more calmness. Less spending would mean more saving. Less quantity will mean more quality. Hence, minimalists do not focus on having less, and less. Rather, we focus on making room for more. More time, we ate simple and we dress simple. Thus, having less time for dunya will create more time for akhirah, more time for deen, and more time for dawah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-A'raf, verse number 31, وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. Eat and drink, but waste not by extravagance. Certainly, Allah likes not those who waste by extravagance.
Zuhud is identified as minimalism. It teaches us to avoid lavishness, to practice self-discipline, teaches us to watch out for worldly distractions. It brings us closer to our Lord, the Almighty. Zuhud and a minimalistic lifestyle do not expect us to leave worldly affairs and start living in a deserted place, but do not buy articles to bring comfort. Rather, it's about getting rid of the unnecessary stuff and picking up fundamental things. Minimalism, the key to environmental turnaround. We would also like to highlight that a close correlation exists between minimalism and the environment. Let's see how. With minimalism, you buy less stuff, so there's less need for more things to be produced, burning fossil fuels, polluting our own environment. The standard economic model is a linear one. Things get produced, consumed, sent to landfill, the end. The type of economy that is necessary for the health of the planet needs to be circular, where stuff gets produced, used, and days in a loop of reuse through giving sadaqah. Minimalism is also about possessing better quality items that last longer rather than many cheap ones. They only take up space and money. The purpose. We took a survey from our AIS family and friends regarding minimalism and asked the following questions. We got the following responses from the survey.
Okay, so here is a comparison between minimalistic lifestyle and a maximalist one. You can see here minimalist kitchens, and now you can see maximalist kitchens full of stuff loaded, and then we're gonna see maximalist lounge, minimal things, quite simple, and maximalist lounge, again overloaded with stuff. And last but not least, minimalistic bedroom versus maximalist bedrooms. Jazakallah khairan kaseera. Now we would like you to move on to our maximalist kitchen and maximalist bedroom.
The kind of chef you are and the things you really need in your cabinets. Maybe you have several cooking pots, dinner set, cutlery, which you rarely use and can manage without them. The difference between a cluttered kitchen and a minimalistic one is that everything has a place, preferably out of sight. Lastly, a minimalistic kitchen is also the one in which we try not to overburden the environment by producing a lot of things. We should try to replace aluminium foil and cling wraps with silicone and beeswax. The beeswax cloth can be easily made at home. Very simple and very environment friendly. Due to the long shelf life of porcelain or bone china timber, they are the best substitute for thousands of disposable dishes, which are harmful to our environment and human health. Hence, they're easily absorbed in nature. We all know that cloth bags are reusable, whereas plastic bags are normally used once, and cloth bags prevent plastic pollution. According to the research, if anyone starts using cloth bags throughout their lifetime, it would remove more than 22,000 plastic bags from the environment. We must also learn to minimize our food waste. Always take stock of your pantry, refrigerator, and freezer before going to the store to prevent overbuying. Food waste is increasing day by day. Without a thought, we dump peels and skins of fruits and vegetables, causing even more pollution. In order to avoid that, we must utilize these for cooking. We have given us some innovative recipe ideas regarding fuels and leftovers. We'd also like to share one of these recipes with you. Please have one.
We welcome you to our humble and minimalistic home. Let's just first share some information regarding minimalism.
I hope you like it. Now I would request you to have a look at our minimalistic bedroom and
It is intentionally living with those things that we need and require in our daily use. It also
وفي قصص الأولين العبر مع الله في لألآت النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Arhan and this is my friend Shamil. We are from grade 8C IGCSE. As we have seen, our project is about water filtration plant. This process is used to purify wastewater. This process has four chambers. The most important chamber in it is of activated charcoal. Activated charcoal is used to absorb unwanted contaminants from wastewater. Activated charcoal is initially treated with oxygen. This helps it open up millions of tiny pores. Activated charcoal has a large surface area which is highly effective to absorb wastewater. This process is low cost, and now my friend Shami will tell experiments.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Shamir Ali and I am from grade 8 CIGCSE. Now I will be telling you the benefits of using activated charcoal for water filtration. As you have seen that activated charcoal is proven to be efficient in removal of various pollutants. It has a lot of benefits such as it has low maintenance, it is low cost, it is easy to operate, it is reliable, and overall it is very efficient. It removes chlorines, organics and bad odor. It is best to remove big particles, big molecules. It can absorb contaminants as much as up to 90%. Hope you like it.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ismail Shabbat.
And my name is Ibrahim.
And this is our awareness tool. I have a question. Can you imagine a world without water? No, right? So if we take the needed measures right now, we can still make a change. According to IMF, only 20% of the world's population has access to clean drinking water. Our Prophet ﷺ said, "Do not waste water, even if you are at a running stream." This tells us about the significance of water in Islam. So will you take your responsibility and save water?
According to the IMF, Pakistan ranks third among the countries facing severe water shortage. Currently, only 20% of all the countries have access to clean drinking water. The remaining 80% population depends on polluted water contaminated by sewages, fertilizers, pesticides, and industrial influence. Such water pollution is responsible for 80% of all diseases and 30% of deaths. An effective water filtration plan can minimize the drinking pollution of water and the country's water supply. This model costs us 60 to 70,000. So if we invest the water filtration plant through activated carbon, it can reduce diseases and many causes of death.
All the unwanted contaminants from wastewater. Activated charcoal is initially with oxygen, which helps it to open up millions of tiny pores, which makes it highly efficient to absorb all unwanted contaminants from wastewater. This process is low cost.
Get rid of the water filtration problem?
Sorry, my name is Ashur Mahmood and I am from AIC. As you know, the active charcoal is effective in removal of waste filters. It has lots of benefits such as efficiency to absorb contaminants as high as 90%. This filtration process is easy to operate and has low maintenance. It is cost effective, reliable and efficient. Best to remove large organic molecules. It is cost effective and also can be used in the households. Jazakallah khairan kaseera. Have another question to ask.
Okay, I joined you later, that's why I couldn't catch you. What is basically this about?
This is a water filtration plant.
Oh, okay, water. And this is used for
filter water.
okay,
Very
contaminated
water.
So if maybe in case it could also be a heart attack, but you don't know. So it's important for you to take them to the hospital immediately after attending that. Now, one thing the parents that adults do not usually understand is that therapy is not only for big problems like PTSD, trauma, suicidal ideation, depression. It's not only for those big stuff. It can also be for small stuff like self-confidence, low self-esteem, and stuff like that. It can also be for
As a mental health problem. So first of all, it's also sunnah that you should when it's the end of the day, you should sit down and you should reflect on what you've done the whole day. तो मतलब अगर आप सोने से पहले आप बस बैठ के आप 10 या 5 मिनट लगा के आप बस सोचें आपने दिन के अंदर कुछ अच्छा काम किया है, आपने कौन सी ऐसी चीज़ की जो आपके लिए अपने लिए बेनिफिशियल है या किसी और के लिए बेनिफिशियल है. तो सबसे पहली चीज़ ये होती है कि आपने अपने आप को देखिए कि आपने आज के दिन में क्या अच्छी चीज़ की है. दूसरी बात होती है कि आपने आज के दिन में कौन सा ऐसी चीज़ की है कि जो बहुत अजीब है. मतलब वैसे आप दिन के अंदर अगर आप सोचें तो आप छोटी चीज़ के बहुत गुस्सा नहीं दिखाते, मगर आजकल के दिन के अंदर कोई भी आपको इस तरह कुछ कर वो आप लोग चीखें मारना शुरू हो गए, तो आपको वो एबनॉर्मल चेंजेस देखना पड़ता है आपकी लाइफ में. फिर आपने देखना होता है कि ये एबनॉर्मल चेंजेस क्या ट्रिगर कर रहे हैं, कौन सी ऐसी बात है जो आपको पहले ट्रिगर करती है और आप चीखना शुरू हो जाते हैं. जब आपको ट्रिगर्स का पता चलेगा फिर आपको पता चलेगा आप उसके अगेंस्ट कैसे करो, आप उसके अगेंस्ट करो. एंड लास्ट थिंग इज कि आपको अपने आप के साथ ऑनेस्ट होना चाहिए. आपको वैसे रिकॉग्नाइज करना चाहिए कि आपके लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम है. यू शुडंट बी अफ्रेड कि आप काउंसलर के पास जाएं. आइडिया नहीं हो सकता कि आप किसी से बात करें. कभी कभार अमीर से बात करते हुए बंदे को अंदर से कुछ मिलता है, तो आपको अपने आप के साथ सच्चा होना चाहिए.
And another thing you can do for mental health is that even if you are at home, go to a quiet place in your like house, okay? यहाँ पे हमने एक quiet corner बनाया हुआ है as a way to explain to you guys कि क्या होना चाहिए quiet corner में. आप लोगों को क्या करना चाहिए? मतलब कि if you're feeling tired or you feel very stressed, then come to a quiet place in your house. आप लोग लेट जाएं, book पढ़ लें, कुछ खाएं. It doesn't say that no, you shouldn't like go after like counseling or something. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala will show you a way to get out of something you are in like in the deep depths of. Such as अगर आपको डिप्रेशन है और लोग आपको कहते हैं कि आपको बस अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला से दुआ करना चाहिए. Maybe Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is showing you a way through counseling to get better. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala tests you in every single in different ways we can't even imagine. अब आपको ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला ने मुझे छोड़ दिया. ये बात नहीं है. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is always with you. He's testing you कि आप किस तरफ उनके पास वापस जाएंगे. How are you going to become a better Muslim? And that is the end. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you everyone.
مع الله في الفلك.
Flying down, this later ends up in a debris flow. The causes of rockfall are numerous, such as earthquakes and soil erosion. To prevent this, we can start afforestation programs and deforestation in the area and build a dam.
If they're new, they don't have plants and trees on them, but old telescopes can grow plants and trees. The reasons for this landslide are ice, bad weathers, and vibrations because of earthquakes. To solve the problem, we can build a wall. We can do afforestation programs here and also cut down the slope.
The rain which is flowing sometimes seeps down, and there is a lot of water collected under the soil with the mountain. The land loosens its grip with the mountain, due to which it starts flowing like mud. This material, in that case, is made up of four elements: water, soil, clay, and sand. And it's very sticky, thick, and opaque. It carries items with it at a very high pace. Whatever comes in its way, it rips it out. For example, if it's going and there's a tree, it can rip out the tree and make it a part of it. It can take boulders and rocks with it. It can even earthquakes. Then to prevent this from happening is to plant more trees, so the trees can tree roots can grip the soil properly, so it doesn't lose its grip that easily, and to improve the drainage system as the water can seep through if they know. Jazakallah khair.
Where there are houses, power lines, fences, and stuff like that. Those get destroyed, and people living there, it's difficult for them. And these occur underwater as well, which can then result in poor harvest as well. You have to waste, and that can also be very that can be an economic failure as well. These can be prevented by afforestation programs. You can plant more trees, and you can while the soil erosion doesn't occur, and then these can stay in one place, and then they move.
So which part of Pakistan have you ever got some landslides happening? Any particular place?
Very northern areas like
They happen there.
الأولين وفي قصص الأولين العبر مع الله في لألأة النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البروق ودفق المطار مع الله في لألأة النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البروق ودفق المطار مع الله في لألأة النجوم وحك الغيوم وضوء القمر مع الله عند هزيم الرعود ولمع البروق ودفق المطار مع الله مع الله
वबरकातुहू। मैं हूँ जौहरशतम बी से मरियम इब्राहिम और मैं हूँ आमना कली और मैं हूँ हफ्सा मिनहास। आज हम आप सबको सुनाएंगे एक कहानी और कहानी भी अपनी प्यारी ज़मीन की। तो आइए जमात हश्तम बी की तौलबात से सुनते हैं दास्तान कुर्राए अर्ज़। أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أئنكم لتكفرون بالذي خلق الأرض في يومين وتجعلون له أندادا ذلك رب العالمين وجعل فيها رواسي من فوقها وبارك فيها وقدر فيها أقواتها في 4 أيام سواء للسائلين। कह दो, क्या तुम उसका इनकार करते हो जिसने 2 दिन में जमीन बनाई और तुम उसके साथ शरीक ठहराते हो? वही सब जहानों का रब है اور اسی نے زمین میں اوپر سے پہاڑ رکھے اور اس میں برکت دی اور 4 دن میں اس میں بسنے والوں کی روزیاں مقرر کی. یہ پوچھنے والوں کے لیے مکمل جواب ہے.
اور یوں زمین نے اپنا وجود پا لیا، رب رحمان کی ان نعمتوں سے بھرا وجود جنہیں اس نے ہمارے لیے مسخر کیا، اپنے حکم سے حضرت انسان کی خدمت پر معمور کیا، اور پھر حضرت آدم علیہ السلام کو ان تمام نعمتوں کے نام سے کھلا کر زمین پر خلافت کی ذمہ داری سونپی. رب رحمان الرحیم کی وہ تخلیق جس زمین کا نام دیا گیا، صاف شفاف بہتے پانیوں کی اماج کا، ہریالی اور تازگی سے بھرپور قرار کا، مسرور کن ہواؤں کا مسکن اور سکون و اطمینان کا ٹھکانہ ثابت ہوئی، جس میں حضرت انسان شداؤں فرحاں، بغض و کینے اور شر انگیزیوں سے پاک دل لے کر خلافت ارض کے فرائض ادا کرنے لگا.
ایک طرف رب الرحمان کے نافرمان شیطان مردود سے انفرادی و اجتماعی سطح پر نبردآزما رہنے لگا، جبکہ دوسری طرف مختلف پیغمبر خالق یعنی انبیاء کرام کی شکل میں اپنے خالق و مالک کی وحدانیت کا پیغام پھیلانے لگا. ایک طرف جہالت اور لا علمی کے حلیفوں کو شکست دیتا رہا، جبکہ دوسری طرف علم و تحقیق کے میدان میں کامیابی کے جھنڈے گاڑنے لگا اور وقت کا پنچھی پر لگا کر اڑتا گیا. علم و تحقیق کی چوٹیاں سر کرتا انسان مذہب کا دامن تھامے تہذیب و ترقی کی زینے چڑھ رہا تھا. کہیں مثبت سوچ حاوی ہو جاتی اور کہیں منفی سوچ چھاتی ہوئی محسوس ہوتی. حق اور باطل کی کشاکش بھرنے لگی. تحقیق نے سائنس کے نام کا لبادہ اوڑھ کر نئی نئی ایجادات کے ذریعے جدت کو اپنا اٹوٹ انگ بنا لیا.
لیکن پھر رفتہ رفتہ انسان کی ترقی کے لیے کی گئے ایجادات کے منفی پہلو سامنے آنے لگے. انسان کی تحقیق جب تک مذہب کے سائے میں پروان چڑھتی رہی، تب تک دنیا نے علم و تہذیب کے عروج پر دنیا اسلام کو دیکھا اور دین سے بے بہرا لوگ ڈانٹ کے جسمیں ٹامکٹویاں بنتے رہے.
لیکن جب اسی انسان نے دین کو دنیا سے الگ قرار دے دیا تو خود فساد اور زوال کا شکار بننے لگا. نتیجتاً بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم ظہر الفساد فی البر والبحر بما کسبت ایدی الناس لیذیقہم بعد الذی عملوا لعلہم یرجعون. خشکی و تری میں لوگوں کے اعمال کے سبب فساد پھیل گیا تاکہ اللہ ان کے بعض اعمال کا مزہ ان کو چکھائے تاکہ وہ باز آ جائیں. وہی تحقیق اور ایجادات جنہیں ترقی اور خوشحالی کا ضامن سمجھا جا رہا تھا، انسان کے غیر ذمہ دار رویے اور منفی سوچ کی بدولت آزمائش اور فتنہ بن کر مقابل آ کھڑی ہوئی. جو اصلاح حفاظت کا حصار تھا وہ جنگ و جدل اور عالمی عدت کا معاون بن بیٹھا. جو مشینیں اور کارخانے ضروریات زندگی مہیا کر رہے تھے وہ زہریلے دھوئیں اور غلیظ پانی سے زندگی مٹانے لگے. جو پلاسٹک اہم ضرورت بن چکا تھا اس نے انسان دوست اور ماحول دوست نہ ہونے کے کئی ثبوت پیش کیے. تیل کی دریافت نے بے شمار شعبۂ زندگی میں آسانیاں دی، لیکن اسی کی مختلف اقسام خود انسان اور سمندری حیات کے لیے موت کا پیام ثابت ہو رہی ہیں.
مصنوعی کھادوں نے جہاں پیداوار میں خاطر خواہ اضافہ کیا، وہیں انسان کو لاتعداد بیماریوں کا تحفہ دے کر زمین کو بنجر بنا کر ناقابل تلافی نقصان بھی کیا. موبائل فون اور انٹرنیٹ نے معلومات کی دنیا کو ایک کلک کے فاصلے پر کھڑا کر کے گلوبل ولیج تو بنا دیا، لیکن اسی کا منفی استعمال ہماری نسلوں کو خود غرضی، بے حسی، نادینیت، بے حیائی اور لاپرواہی کی دلدل میں بھی دھکیل رہا ہے. غرض خلیفہ ارض زمین کے نام سے دی گئی اس امانت کا سب سے بڑا مجرم اور ذمہ دار بن چکا ہے، اور اب اپنے ہاتھوں بوئے اس بدحالی کے بیج کا پھل کھانے سے کتراتے ہوئے، پچھتاتے ہوئے حل کے لیے اہداف متعین کرنے میں مصروف ہے.
یہ تھی کہانی آج تک کی، ہماری اور ہماری پیاری زمین کی. یقیناً اس داستان نے آپ کی سوچ میں بھی کچھ ہلچل تو ضرور پیدا کی ہوگی، لیکن کہا جاتا ہے کہ اگر احساس ضیاء ہو جائے تو اصلاح کی گنجائش نکل آتی ہے.
آئے اب مل کر ایک نظر ان اہداف پر بھی ڈالتے ہیں جن کو اپنانے سے یہ خوبصورت زمین آنے والی نسلوں کے لیے بہتر بنائی جا سکتی ہے. یہ اہداف پہلے ہمارا دین اور اب اقوام متحدہ مقرر کر رہا ہے اور انہیں سسٹینیبل گولز کا نام دیا گیا ہے.
آئیے مل کر سودی نظام ختم کر کے زکوٰۃ کے ذریعے غربت کا خاتمہ کریں، محنت اور انفاق کی مدد سے بھوک مٹا دیں، تحقیق کو رواج دیتے ہوئے معیاری سرگرمیاں اور صحت بخش طرز زندگی اپنا کر اچھی صحت اور تندرستی قائم کریں، معیاری تعلیم فراہم کریں، احکام الہی کے دائرے میں رہتے ہوئے صنفی مساوات کو نافذ کریں۔
صفائی کو ایمان کا حصہ مانتے ہوئے صاف پانی اور صفائی ستھرائی کو بہتر بنائیں، قدرتی وسائل کو استعمال کرتے ہوئے سستی اور صاف توانائی بڑھائیں۔
معاشرتی اصولوں کو اپنا کر مہذب کام اور معاشی نمو ممکن بنائیں، تخلیقی صلاحیتوں کے ذریعے صنعت، اختراع اور انفراسٹرکچر میں اضافہ کریں، رواداری اور برداشت کو فروغ دیتے ہوئے عدم مساوات کو کم کریں، آگاہی اور شعور دے کر پائیدار شہروں اور کمیونٹیز کو متحرک کریں، جدید وسائل کی مدد سے بہتر کھپت اور پیداوار ممکن بنائیں۔
مختلف آلات کے استعمال سے موسمیاتی کارروائی کو منظم کریں، محتاط رہتے ہوئے پانی کے نیچے زندگی کو محفوظ کریں اور زمین پر زندگی کو آگے بڑھاتے ہوئے امن، انصاف اور مضبوط اداروں کی ضمانت ممکن بنائیں اور ان مقاصد کے حصول کے لیے معاون بنیں۔
معزز حاضرین، اللہ سبحانہ تعالیٰ نے یہ کرۂ ارض انسان کو امانت دی اور انسان کو خلیفۃ الارض کے منصب پر فائز کرتے ہوئے فرائض کی ادائیگی کا پابند بنایا۔ ہم نے بحیثیت انسان نہ صرف اس منصب سے غفلت برتی بلکہ اس امانت کا فطرت کے خلاف غلط استعمال کر کے خیانت بھی کرنے لگے۔
آج بھی اگر ہم اپنی کوتاہیوں پر پشیمان ہو کر اپنی اصلاح کی طرف آ جائیں تو شاید ازالہ کر کے اپنے مالک اور آنے والی نسلوں کے سامنے سرخرو ہو سکے، کیونکہ یہ اللہ سبحانہ وتعالیٰ کا وعدہ ہے کہ وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ، اور تم ہمت نہ ہارو اور غم نہ کھاؤ، اگر تم ایمان والے ہو تو تم ہی غالب رہو گے۔ سورہ آل عمران ورس نمبر 139۔
جزاک اللہ خیرا کثیرا، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔
قرآنه مع الله في آيه وسور مع الله في قصص الأول.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we would like to represent an initiative taken on by the students of A2. As citizens of Islamabad, you must be aware of the emerging concerns related to the environment. Let us shed further light on the matter. Please watch the video. These are some practical steps that can be implemented to make life better for us and our future generations.
In the rate of bird sources of pollution causes loss of forestation as trees are being cut down on a mass scale to accommodate for construction purposes, as our population is increasing in the capital day by day.
So there is the ayah in the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna Allah yuhibbu at-tawwabin wa yuhibbu al-mutatahhirin. Indeed, Allah loves those who repent and those who remain clean. So what is the problem of pollution and land scarcity? Let's take a look.
Vertical forest is an anti-sprawl measure which aims to control and reduce urban expansion. If we think of them as urban densification, each tower of vertical forest adds up to an area of urban sprawl of family houses and buildings of up to 50,000 square meters. This example of the vertical forest consisting of two residential towers of 110 and 76 meters were realized in the center of Milan on the edge of the Isola neighborhood, hosting 900 trees and over 20,000 plants from a wide range of shrubs and floral plants.
Vertical forests also increase biodiversity. They help create an urban ecosystem where a different kind of vegetation creates a vertical environment which can be colonized by both birds and insects. Therefore, this becomes a magnet for and a symbol of the spontaneous recolonization of the city by animal life and vegetation.
Vertical forests help build a microclimate and filter dust particles which are present in the urban environment. The diversity of plants helps create humidity, remove carbon dioxide and dust particles from the environment, producing oxygen, and protecting people and houses from harmful sun rays and acoustic pollution.
According to multiple surveys conducted, Islamabad is said to be the cleanest city of Pakistan. Question is it really as clean? To uncover the truth, we conducted several surveys.
Jazakallahu khair for coming. Please give us your feedback, thumbprint, or signature to support the green agenda.